All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are digging into something we all struggle with, right? Why is it so ridiculously hard to start good habits and even harder to stop the bad ones? Well, the answer? It's probably not what you're expecting. You know that feeling, right? You make a plan, you're going to wake up early, you're going to hit the gym, you're going to finally read that book. And then, a week later, you're right back where you started. It feels like you're literally fighting yourself, and it's just exhausting. Well, here's the thing. You actually are in a battle, and the reason it feels impossible is because 90% of that fight, it's against an opponent you can't even see. It's working against you, completely in the shadows. So get this. Your conscious mind, the one that's paying attention right now, that's making decisions, that's only about 10% of the picture. The other 90%, the real boss, that's your subconscious. It's this massive hidden supercomputer that runs all your automatic behaviors, your habits, and it's going to run its programs no matter what your conscious mind wants. So the secret isn't about more willpower, it's about getting in there and rewriting the code. Okay, so how in the world do we do that? How do you rewrite that code? Well, the first step is kind of counterintuitive. It doesn't start when your alarm goes off. Nope. It starts the night before. You've got to prime your brain for success before you even go to sleep.
And here's a super simple but crazy powerful way to do it. 3 steps. First, just write down what you need to get done tomorrow. Second, close your eyes and actually see yourself doing it. Feel what it's like to succeed. And third, this is the secret sauce. Record yourself reading that list and just play it on a loop as you fall asleep. You're basically feeding your goals directly into your subconscious while its defenses are down.
And why does this work so well? Because your willpower, your ability to make good decisions, it's like a battery. It drains during the day. The top performers out there, they know this. They don't wake up and burn energy planning the day. The plan is already done. They use all that fresh morning energy to just do the work. This little nightly routine, it does the planning for you, so you wake up ready to go.
Now, if this all sounds a little woo-woo to you, check this out. There's real science here. A study at the University of Lübeck did something fascinating. They told one group of people they'd be woken up at 6 a.m. They told another group they'd be woken at 9 a.m. But they woke them both up at 6. And the brain scans were incredible. The group that expected to wake up at 6, their brains started getting ready for the day hours earlier, around 4 in the morning. The other group? Total mess, groggy, confused. Just by telling your brain what's coming, you set it up for success.
Okay, so you've primed your brain the night before, you're ready. Now it's time to build on that momentum by designing your morning on purpose. We're going to look at the miracle morning, a concept from Hal Elrod, a guy who literally came back from being clinically dead after an accident, all by transforming his mornings.
He came up with this really easy-to-remember acronym, SAVERS. Each letter is a habit. It stands for silence, like meditation or just quiet reflection. Affirmations, telling yourself what you're capable of. Visualization, seeing your day go perfectly. Exercise, even just for a few minutes to get the blood flowing. Reading, a few pages of something inspiring. And scribing, which is just a fancy word for journaling your thoughts.
And I know what you're thinking. An entire hour? I don't have an hour. But look, this isn't about losing time. It's about creating it. The focus you get from that one single intentional hour can make you more productive than 10 hours spent just reacting to emails and notifications all day long. It's a huge return on your investment.
All right, but let's be real. Even with the perfect plan, we still mess up. We still fail. Why is that? To understand that, we have to go deeper, right into our brain chemistry. We need to talk about how to win the dopamine war.
So, dopamine. You've probably heard of it. It's that chemical in your brain that makes you feel pleasure. It's what motivates you to do things. But here's the thing they don't tell you. It's a limited resource. And we waste almost all of it on cheap, easy dopamine hits. You know, like scrolling through your phone for an hour.
And that's the core of the problem. Think about it. Scrolling social media gives you this huge, instant rush of dopamine. Reading a book? The reward is slow, it's delayed. So which one is your brain going to choose? It's always going to go for the quick, easy hit. And that makes the hard, important stuff feel, well, boring. It can't compete.
There's a famous old experiment with rats in a cage that explains this perfectly. If a rat pushes a lever and gets food every time, that's great. But here's where it gets crazy. If the rat pushes the lever and the reward is unpredictable, sometimes food, sometimes nothing, the rat becomes a full-blown addict. It will just press that lever over and over and over again. Does that sound familiar? That's your social media feed. That's the slot machine in your pocket.
So what's the fix? You have to reset your brain's entire reward system. And the way to do that is with something called a dopamine detox or monk mode. For about 21 days, you intentionally cut out all the cheap, easy dopamine. No social media, no junk food, no mindless TV. You essentially starve your brain of the easy stuff so it has no choice but to start finding pleasure in the hard, valuable work again.
Now, a detox is an awesome way to hit the reset button, but it's not a permanent solution. To make these changes stick for good, you need systems. So let's talk about a few simple but powerful tools for making this last.
You might have heard of Jerry Seinfeld's productivity secret. It's so simple, it's brilliant. He gets a big wall calendar, and every single day that he does his most important task, for him, it was writing jokes, he puts a big red X on that day. After a few days, you've got a chain, and your only job is to not break the chain. That visual momentum is incredibly motivating.
Look, at the end of the day, you have to choose between two kinds of pain. There's the pain of discipline, which hurts now, but it's temporary. It's the sting of waking up early, of doing that workout when you don't feel like it. Then there's the pain of regret, and that pain of bad health, of money problems, of looking back and knowing you didn't even try, that lasts a lifetime. You get to choose which one you want.
And if you ever catch yourself saying, "I just don't have the time," I want you to remember one number: 6 billion. That's how many hours human beings spend watching Netflix every single month. 6 billion. The time exists. It's there. The question is never, do I have time? The real question is, what am I choosing to do with it?
So to help you reclaim that time, here are 3 killer techniques. 1. The 5-second rule. If you have an idea to do something, you have 5 seconds to physically move before your brain kills the idea. Just count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 2. Time blocking. Don't have a to-do list, have a schedule. Every single task gets a block of time. No empty space for procrastination to creep in. And 3. Parkinson's law. Work will always fill the time you give it, so give yourself less time. Set an aggressive deadline and watch how focused you become.
And one last thing, you have to be patient with yourself. This isn't an overnight fix. Don't give up if it still feels hard after a week or even a month. The research is pretty clear on this. It takes an average of 66 days for a new habit to become automatic. 66 days until your subconscious finally takes the wheel. So just keep going.
So that brings us to the end. And it really all boils down to this one final choice. It's a paradox, really. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you choose to do what is hard, your life will become easy. The only question left is,